Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon. Nurul Izza, am I right?
Oh, yes.
From Foundation Studies.
Yes.
And then Shira, Dr. Mazlin, Dr. Hasna, and Zaitun from UTM. Welcome to UTP. And Fira and Amirul. I'm sorry I wasn't there, Shira. I was in ICR, so they asked me to divide myself into two. Yeah, as I think you understand, that's life of us. But I want to share about Awaken the learners. It's about make sure that your student don't fall asleep during class, or in other words, motivating and inspiring. It's just part of my journey. I would like to share. It's nothing that is rocket science, just sharing. I believe that COP is about sharing. So just sharing what I do in class. And Zeti. Oh, yes. You all can take that. Yeah. So Zeti, this is about opening your students' eyes so they don't fall asleep. Or in other words, motivating and inspiring. This is actually part of it is from these two books by Marzano and Scott. And they have another book. But anyway, I always this you can read more. There is a paper book, there is slides, there is also e-book and all that. However, I will take what I did and how I use some part of it in my class every semester. But obviously, they talk more about the experience, their techniques and approaches. I'll share what I did. Yeah, I believe that you guys have done it as well. It's again not rocket science, something that we do. Before this, I look at my student as soil, tanah, where I put the seeds on it. But after sometimes, I believe that they don't come empty, they are not soil, they are not dirt, they already have the knowledge. So I treat them not as soil anymore, they are seeds. What I do is that I scaffold them, the educators call it scaffolding, or I open up the environment, I give the right thing. Where I put water, I give them right sunlight, I give them fertilizers, because they are already well known. They have all the information. When they come, they are actually better than me. They know all the things about technology. They are better in terms of programming. So it's just of me providing them with the right things. Right technique, the water, probably the sunlight, the bigger room and all that. So that's how I look at them now. Another thing to wake them up so that they don't sleep and they don't hate me or my course, I believe in non-verbal expression, which I think is very, very, very important. I don't come to class, come as much as I can when I have classes, I'll come with bright colors, just to make them happy and be awake. But when I have meeting, I might wear grey or black. But when I have class, maybe I'll change to red or yellow, so that they can see me, they can be happy a bit. And I don't really believe in military kind of thing. So with my students, I'm like this. I'll say that, Zeti, how are you today? And then when I teach, I ask them questions and they can actually argue with me. It's a very healthy argument, that's fine. So that's how I awake them. That's what I do. I believe in non-verbal expression is very important. I maintain a good reputation with them. I also set up an environment. My class usually is very chaotic, where my students can actually take pictures. My students can do that. I'm okay with that. My students can eat. Seriously, my students can eat, can drink. My students will walk. They can even squat down. They can even lie down. I'm okay with that as long as they learn. That's my main objective. If they feel that they need to stand, they are very sleepy, that's fine. They want to walk around, they are fine. They want to draw something on the table, that's fine. I'm very fine with that as long as they learn. That's my main objective whenever I step into my class. So that's how I awake them. Another thing is that I always challenge, support and motivate them. If let's say they want to go to competition, go for it by all means. I will try to support in terms of creating the memo or find a budget or work together and bring them if I can, if I have the time. If they want to go and get all the certificates, I'll say go for it because it's good for your resume, it will look nice. I don't restrict that. If they don't want, that's fine. This is out of that because there's no marks for this. It's for you. If they want to go for exhibition, yes, you go. Want to go for competition, yes. If they want to publish something out of the class assignments, class project, yes, you go for it. But I will support. Because there's no marks, but I'll give them the right motivation, support and challenges. All of my students and your students every semester are very different. So I will treat them as music notes. This is do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. That's how I look at them. I look at them like music notes. Like this guy, this is my current class. He's very, the E. With that, and you will have that too. The backbenchers and all that. I will have the very into phones all the time. And I cannot help it, like Dr. Hasna. I cannot say, Dr. Hasna, put down your phone. I cannot do that. But I'm okay with it. And I have somebody like a rapper, that kind. You will have that rapper. Oh, that's fine. I will have this studious type where they look at PC or laptop all the time, but I don't know what they're doing. It's fine. We will have that. I will have somebody who likes to lead. You will see this character. Okay, that's good. I will have somebody which is very helper type. They always want to help their friend. They want to help in many ways. I also have somebody like, suddenly they want to massage their friend. That's fine. I'm okay with that. I treat them as music notes because all of them are very, very different in nature. What I wanted is that whenever I group them, they orchestrate themselves into a note and a song. So whenever I ask them to do something, okay, you can work together. I always change the groups. Sometimes voluntarily, sometimes they choose, sometimes randomly, sometimes I pick. It's okay. But at the end of the day, deliver what I want with your strength, with your weaknesses, with your ability and your skills. That's how I treat them. Music notes, orchestrate, deliver. As simple as that. There's a challenge here. I always challenge them. I don't limit their creativity. I don't do that, but I let them do. According to their own way. You have done it before, I know, during your school days. If you don't have pen, try to find one. Can you try to connect the dots with the instruction given? Connect all dots with only 4 straight lines without lifting up your pen or pencil, but you draw 4 straight lines and connect it. Amirul tak ada? Do it. Connect all dots using 4 straight lines without lifting your pencil. At the end, I would have 4 lines. Okay. 3 more minutes. Enough. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Okay. Now, this is my instruction. This is example of my instruction in class. I will ask them to do it in class. Can I see your answer? Zeti, you are still 1. Amirul, none. Doctor?
I've seen this question before.
This is none. Oh, you're waiting for the pen. Fira bought her pen. Okay. Alright. That's how I do my class work. I will not limit their creativity. So, they can answer it differently as long as they understand the question. And the answer will obviously be different from your partner and your group. That's fine, as long as you meet the objective of the question and you deliver. The pros of it is that I don't limit their creativity. They think. Whatever the cons is, what's the cons, Kak Mazlin? What's the cons of this? It takes a lot of time. Because I have different sets of answers. So my answer scheme is open to all sorts of possibility. When I want to give marks, I will take some time to read their justification, and the way they present it is very different. So if you can see here, some of them answer more than what I expected. It's beyond. This is still correct, right, Zeti? Where they draw, but they go beyond the dotted lines. I have this kind of students where it's coming based on the higher order thinking skills that they learn in school and K-BAT. So I have this kind of answers. I've seen it coming. I don't see it from the previous batch, but the new batch is coming. Their answers is beyond my expectation. So that's when I have to really think about what to give and all that. So that's the difficult part of it. But again, I awake them by not limiting their creativity. Up to you guys. So that's how it is. When I don't limit their creativity, I have this kind of answers. I ask them to do flow charts. This is one flow chart, one flow chart, one flow chart, one flow chart, which is very different from one another. My part is that it's difficult for me to actually give marks. But that is my struggle. But I don't limit, because to me all answers are correct. There are many models, many flow charts, many diagrams, and up to them. I don't only ask them to print and type. If they don't have printer, they don't have paper, it's okay. Just draft as long as they come and learn. So that's how I awake my students. Another thing is that altruism. This is how I make them awake. There are students in your class, if you see, there will be a leaders, born to be leaders. They are bored if it's just sitting, lecturing. So I have this kind of person, leader type. This is very macho guy, these two. Macho guy in class. However, when I give something, they are actually the one who sit down and lead. And suddenly their friends will just listen to them. There are some followers. That's fine if you are followers, because that's your characteristic or behavior. This student is very smart, who likes to help. And that's okay. For this kind of students, if I let them sit, they'll be very bored, because they want to. They come with be prepared, so they want to tell, they want to help their friends, they want to facilitate and moderate, and I let them do that. So I am very, very happy to see these students doing it without being given marks. And you will see that if they are given opportunity, they will be awake, or else they'll be feeling very, very bored, because they know already. By the way, I flip my classroom. When they come, they know most of the things. I always create warm, non-military type of class. I'm open to this kind of things where I listen to them, I remember their names as much as I can. I remember Izza, I remember Shira, Fira, Mazlin, Dr. Hasna, sorry doctor, what's your name? Zaitun, yeah. I will try to remember everyone as much as I can, or else I'll call them by colours. You pink colour, you green colour shirt. As much as I can, I'll try to remember them. When I say non-military, in class, in between, like this time, 3:30, 4 o'clock, we will do something like this. I think you guys have seen this. Have you seen this? You guys have seen this, that? Okay, ready? Everyone should do this, yeah? Do it together. I will do this in between sleepy time so that they are awake. You do it with me, yeah? Do, everyone should do. Okay, we're not going to repeat that. But that's how, if, students, they have back-to-back classes and all that. So, sometimes I'll do this just to awake them. Sorry? No, I just do it every now and then if I have time. And I look at the mood. You will see when students tend to be sleepy, especially now is the week 10, week 11, week 12. They are very, very tired. A lot of tests, assignments and all that. So you will start to know. So I'll keep all this. Other things that you can do, besides workout, you can do some quizzes, whether it's academic or non-academic. So try to be creative yourself. You can play cards. You can do academic games, calm down and all this. Walk and talk about something else. Sometimes I'll just ask them question, when are you going to go balik kampung and all that. Probably some other things if they are really, really tired. So besides having activities like small exercises that they don't have to stand up or just stay, I also have videos. And if I have to, I'll make them stand so that they are awake, they don't doze off. I will have small videos that I think it will be inspiring to them. Like I always teach students technology, so I'll show this kind of things because I teach IT project management, final year projects.
Technology begins with a love for you. It reveals that which you most wish to see, making each day a new experience, turning what was hard to imagine into reality. Watching with you, laughing with you, sharing with you, knowing what makes your eyes sparkle and how you live your day. To love each of your life's precious moments, Samsung Display is getting closer to you.
Okay, so these kind of things that I try to show to them. And so, thank you Dr. Hasna and Dr. Zaitun. Yeah, thank you. So that's how I don't make them sleepy. And other than that, I do give support. In terms of giving support is that I'm very, like what Shira mentioned just now, empathy. As much as I can, I try to give empathy and not sympathy. What is empathy? Ask Shira afterwards. Yeah? What is empathy? As much as I can, I don't want to create or produce a robot. That's something which I think we shouldn't do. So this is my class. They can eat, they can snack. This is how it is. And then if they want to really pray in class, I'm open to it. They can pray in class. If they have terrible test week, I'll be very sensible because we are human. And I'm not the kind who practice judgmenting students. So even if they come to my class, they are 2.4, 2.5, I'll treat them fair. I'll treat them fairly. I don't give much, I don't give more unless they ask for it. So as much as I can, I won't be I'm trying not to be judgmental. And if you see that most of us are turning into robots rather than humanization. So that's something I'm trying to impart as well. As much as I can, I believe in instilling values. Values that I put in orange are the things that I think very, very important, which I think you can see from the cohort students nowadays. Not many are very courteous. Courtesy is lacking nowadays. Respect, it's not as much as before. I think you also notice this. Integrity is also not there. So these are the things that I'm trying to teach them, not only how to count numbers, but also count what matters. So I'm trying to do this from time to time in my class. I'm trying to instilling values. Why? We are talking so much about the IR 4.0. I think everyone is now familiar with the hype. Industrial Revolution 4.0, Education 4.0 is coming. Klaus Schwab is the guy behind IR 4.0. But what he mentioned is that future that is unfolding today and how we might take collective responsibility to ensure it's a positive one. So that's what Klaus Schwab is saying, is trying to make robots, our life, whatever technology that we have, try to make a positive one with a human touch that we are losing and our students are losing, if you notice that. So, as you know that when we are talking about IR 4.0, these things will come into the picture. Drones sending pizzas to our house. And then we have robots going to wars. We have robots going to work in factories. So less human touch, but since my students are doing courses based on technology, I'm trying to let them and challenge them think how to impart humanization into all this robotics and life that's coming. You know that when IR 4.0 is coming, the wave is coming, it's going to be borderless, no boundary. It will go beyond what we can expect. Things like when we work, it's no longer going to be from 8 to 5. It will be 24/7 around the clock. Our bosses can WhatsApp us anytime and ask us to answer at any time. Am I right, Kak Hasna? So it's coming. The wave is coming bit by bit. And soon, without we realizing it, it will change our life. So where is the human touch? So I'm trying to impart that every single time, directly, indirectly to my students. These are the things due to this wave. It's hitting us. The issues like this, kill over Twitter. Bitcoin, it's already here, leads to money laundering. These are all coming without we realizing it. Other than that will be surveillance systems. Where is our privacy? No more privacy. So things which I want students to know that human touch still needs to be there, because my students, my graduates will develop all this technology. So they have to think on that part as well. Due to all this avatar, they don't have to come, they don't have to walk. Video games are there, they play video games 24/7. Obese generation is coming. So what? My students are creating a lot of games nowadays. So what happened to the generation soon after? Obesity. So I want them to think about that. So we educate, we also impart values. That's how we awake them. Be a role model, ladies and gentlemen, because you are a role model to them. Some of you are Tony Fernandez to them. Some of you are Oprah Winfrey to them. Some of you are Mother Teresa to them. So some of you are Steve Jobs to them. Be a role model. Keep inspiring. All right, keep inspiring everyone. Thank you for me. I think that's all for this session. I hope you learn one thing, if not many, from me. So thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay.